Nomsa Mabaso is an AIDS counselor. For years now, she's made it her business to help young people living with HIV.
I realized that there are no support structures for children who are living with HIV. And seeing that children also go through the same challenges that older people go through. So for me, I got curious, started looking around if there's anything for children, and only to find out there's nothing much.
Meet Temba. It's adolescents like him who inspired Nomsa to get involved. Temba is 12 years old and HIV positive. He first learnt of his status at the age of 6. He contracted the virus from his mother at birth. Temba and his mother requested to remain anonymous for fear of being stigmatized. Remembering the day he discovered his status, he tells us he and his mother both cried. Even at the tender age of 6, Temba was all too aware of the stigma associated with the virus.
Some parents don't even know where to start. They just say, if my child is taking treatment and is well on treatment, he doesn't need to know what's the reason. Only to find out that the child finds out.
Experts believe great care should be taken when telling HIV-positive children about their status, and only when they're ready. Failure to do so could be detrimental to them, and they shouldn't find out by accident.
Many kids are not properly disclosed to around their status. I think we make big assumptions that kids actually know their status.
And even when they know about their status, it's often hard for adolescents to negotiate matters of a sexual nature.
For a 16-year-old who has never had any sexual intercourse, and when she talks to a boyfriend, say, I've never had any sexual intercourse, how do you explain that you're HIV positive?
ARVs have stunted Temba's growth and affect his self-esteem. He avoids socializing with his peers and is weighed down by his mother's burdens. The stigma makes the fight even harder to win.
There's still a little bit of prejudice and stigma just around the way that most South Africans contract HIV. I think this is particularly difficult for perinatally infected kids, because if they do speak up, people assume that they've been having sex and that's how they got the virus, because that's how most South Africans get the virus. And for these kids, they never had a choice. They could never do anything to make their life safe enough to ward off HIV. It was never in their control. They were born that way.
Most councillors we spoke to have no confidence in government.
It's true that we have a large number of young people who are now who are under 15 who are HIV positive. The sexual and reproductive health needs of young people is currently incorporated in the guidelines for contraception and sexual health. So it is true that this is a challenge, but yes, it is there. The guidelines have been worked out, and indeed very shortly they will be released for health workers to treat young people as any other person.